Good evening, guys. It's working, bringing you a quick update on Bitcoin. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. We're looking at Bitcoin to the US dollar. This is the one-day chart on Bitfinex, guys, and Bitcoin's operating still within this rising wedge, or excuse me, in this rising channel here. And I'm getting a little concerned, guys. We've not been able to break above this zone, the top of this supply zone here between 7030 and 7160. It's tested it numerous times here, wick, and was rejected each time. Bullish scenario, it's rather bearish. So we haven't been able to push through. We just haven't had the volume that we've needed to push through this. However, it's very bullish the fact that we haven't really had a strong rejection either. We did have this rejection candle here, came back down, bounced right back up, and now it's once again testing this zone, guys. So that's a bullish indication. I think we may get one more test up here, guys, and then at that point we may see whether or not we end up pushing through if we get volume or we end up breaking down. Again, one of the things that's concerning me that I pointed out yesterday, guys, is the fact that if I pull this up, this almost looks like a perfect rising wedge, and it's been respecting that resistance line, or excuse me, that support line of that rising wedge this entire time. And so if I take this line right out of it and just look at this, this is a very bearish looking pattern, guys. This looks like as we approach this apex here in the next 24 hours, this thing just might break right down. And if it does, if that is a rising wedge, if this thing does just break right down, it may be a quick drop down to at least 65, possibly 64, 6300, possibly this zone down here. That could fall very, very quickly if that's in fact the case. And again, I'm not saying it is, guys. I'm just saying it's something that we have to keep an eye on, something we have to be aware of without question. Now, if price does break above this resistance line here, guys, then that's going to be a very bullish indication. That'll completely invalidate the rising wedge, and at that point it'll be a totally different scenario. So I'm wanting to see price rise above this ascending resistance line here as soon as possible. Or if we are going to have a correction, guys, I'd like to see it just be kind of instead of an impulsive drop, I'd like to see it be more of just a very healthy looking ABC type correction where this 6750 holds. I think if 6750 breaks, if price does break below that, more than likely it would break below this ascending support off of this channel, and at that point, guys, we may see a lot lower lows. But of course, we're not there yet. Looking at the MACD, this is on the 4-hour. MACD starting to cross over, suggesting we might have a short-term correction. Looking at the daily, still looking rather bullish. However, the histogram is starting to curl over a little bit, suggesting we might see some more downside. However, when I come out here to the weekly, this weekly is looking potentially extremely bullish. If we can get the histogram to cross over, if we can get the MACD and signal line to cross over into bullish territory, guys, that's going to be an extremely bullish indication, and I think that might drive in a lot of buy orders. So we have to watch that and wait and see how that ends up playing out, guys. But right now, that's one indicator that's looking extremely bullish at the moment. Looking at the RSI, this is on the 4-hour. It's still operating within this rising channel. Again, if it breaks below that channel, guys, watch out below. But again, we're not there yet at all. So really, it comes down to what price is going to do at this level. Now, we are absolutely due for a correction. I'm counting this as my primary 1, 2, this being up for the 3. So if I've got 1, 2, this being my sub-wave, 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, and up for the 5 within that within the larger third wave here. So if that's in fact correct, if this count is correct, we should be coming up for a larger wave 5. It should take us out of this ascending channel here and up to about 7,500, somewhere thereabouts. If that count is correct, and I'm not saying that it is, guys. I'm just saying if that count is correct, that's what we should look for, and that is my bullish count for now. Now, if price does end up coming up, we test this one more time, we get a strong rejection. Again, I'm going to be watching how it reacts, thinking that ascending support, or excuse me, ascending wedge here may, in fact, this rising wedge, I should say, may be calling into place, and we may see price break down very impulsively. So we're going to keep an eye on that and have to wait and see how that kind of plays out, guys. But it's something you need to be aware of and prepared for. If you do have if you're still in a long position, guys, and you haven't taken profits, I'd consider taking some profits off the table, or at the very, very least, I'd consider trailing your stop loss right up here. And I would have it very tight, have my stop loss right below this wedge here. So at this point, I'd have it sitting at around 6980, 6960, somewhere thereabouts, guys. Because like I said, if this thing does break down, it could break down very, very, very quickly. But there's still potential for upside. So if you wanted to have your stop, we're tight right below there. Again, at about 6960, somewhere thereabouts, guys. That would be what I would be doing if I were you. I've already taken my profits, but if you were still in a trade, that would be what I'd be doing for now. Once we break above this, I'll start getting interested in Bitcoin again. But until we break above this ascending support, ascending resistance, and get out of this channel, I think more than anything, I think this might be a good place to enter a short position, expecting a possible bounce off here and then a complete drop. But again, I'd have a very tight stop there too, because I really can't see the potential for more upside. We're really at kind of a decision point, guys, and I think in the next 24 hours we're gonna know which way Bitcoin is going to be going here. Looking at our short positions, one of the things that makes me think that we might be coming close to price collapsing is the fact that shorts are dropping off at such a rapid pace. They are still stacked, but if this continues to drop, and and it hasn't happened yet, but if longs start to stack, and right now they're not. Right now they are surprisingly low, and actually it looks like some people are just taking profit, which is very smart. Retail investors are getting a lot smarter. But if you start to see longs start to rise, and at the same time you start to see shorts continue to fall at the rate that they're falling now, guys, then it's almost a guarantee that price is just going to completely collapse. So watch out for that. Be very, very careful. Be very, very vigilant. Looking at our moving averages, we can see that price, the exponential moving averages, I should say. We can see that the price fell down below the 8-day EMA. Now it's back above. 8-day EMA is acting as support. Long as it stays above the 8-day EMA, in my opinion, that's very bullish on the 4-hour. Looking at the daily chart, price is above the 50-day moving average, also very bullish. If it can stay above the 50-day moving average, again, that's a very bullish indication in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it there, guys. I know it's kind of not the analysis that you want, but right now we are at that point where I can really see it going another direction, and all we can do is react to the market and play to the market and set our stop losses and set our orders in logical places, which, as I told you, would be right around, in my opinion, right around 6964. And if I was going to take a short, I'd have my short order sitting up here at about I'd sell at about 7150. If it gets filled, expecting it to possibly just completely fall off. Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'd have a very tight stop, but if you are looking for entry positions, guys, right now I'd be looking at shorts, not longs. But anyway, guys, but that could be completely invalidated if and when it breaks above this wedge, and if that happens, I think it'll be a very quick rise to at least 7,500. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it there. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, as always, please let me know in the comments section below. And guys, please smash that upvote and that like button. Just lets me know that you'd like me to continue to make these videos. I certainly appreciate it. Till next time, guys, please trade safe. Take care of yourselves. This is Working, signing out.